you've had some atmospheres, I imagine, in college that are pretty rowdy and intense, also in Australia, but I would imagine nothing quite compares to, you know, being on a sunken court like that with everybody seemingly on top of you, going up against the whole country. Like, what did that feel like, and what did you draw upon to sort of not wilt under the weight of that?
Yeah, this was a pretty amazing atmosphere, honestly. This is the first time that I've come out to a tennis match and had a band playing in the stands on my court, so I think that was pretty special. But yeah, I love these moments. I enjoy these atmospheres. I got a lot of heckling when I was in college tennis, but today the crowd was just, you know, loud, chanting, supporting their countrymen. You know, it's something that you love to see, and there was a lot of positive out there. So I love playing here at the French Open, and I'm happy that I was able to get through my first round.
Do you feel it, like, physically in any way when the noise is on that, when they're cheering every error you make, when you, does it have any effect on you? And can you compare it to, like what was the rowdiest of your college matches that it might have reminded you of?
Yeah,
where you got heckling?
It's a big motivator when you hear the chants and cheers whenever you make an unforced error, but also, you know, there was so much energy for me, which made it awesome. Sometimes it's tough when it's completely silent when you hit a good shot, and they're going nuts every time that you miss. But here it was a little bit more even. Obviously, he had the home field advantage, but I felt some love out there. And I think, you know, playing at Georgia is comparable, not because of the noise, just because, you know, the very nasty choice words that people say to you in the stands. I'd say Georgia, Kentucky, and Tennessee were probably the three worst for me. At Florida, we usually got big crowds, loud crowds, but I'd like to think that our fans had some character. You know, they were nice about the way that they cheered and heckled. But yeah, you play in the SEC, and all bets are off.
And was it complicated to stay focused with all the interruptions and the matches?
Not too much. I'm pretty used to it at this point. You know, playing Manarino at the Australian Open, that was another football match atmosphere. And so at this point, I just know that whenever I play in France or if I play against a French guy, it's going to be a crazy atmosphere. And, you know, it's something that I look forward to and enjoy.
And you won your first title on clay this year. So how do you feel on this special surface, and especially here in Roland-Garros?
Yeah, I'm starting to really like playing on clay. Got my first title in Houston, which was really cool for me, being able to get a title on American soil. It's always good to win at home. And, yeah, my second year here at Roland-Garros, I'm feeling a lot more comfortable. I'm happy with my choice this year of staying in the U.S. a bit later and coming to Europe a bit later on this swing. I don't feel that I was, 100% ready for those first couple of tournaments that I played, but now I'm starting to feel really good and comfortable, and I feel that I was pretty burnt out when I got to the French Open last year, having started that swing in Estoril. So I'm glad that I'm happy with where I'm at right now, and yeah, excited to keep moving forward. I have a lot left in the tank.
One more?
Yeah. You mentioned playing Manarino in Australia, another lefty who can sort of make the ball dance.
Yeah.
What did you learn from that match, and did it apply? Like, were you thinking of that match going into this one? Not in terms of, like, the result, but having had something in your head, having knowledge of seeing, obviously, they're two completely different players.
Right.
But some similarities, I would imagine, like I just mentioned. I'm curious, like, what you told yourself going in terms of how to deal with someone who's not going to overpower you, but who's going to have spins and who's going to be a lefty and who's going to have lots of tricks.
Yeah, it's actually funny because a couple days ago we put down for practice looking for a lefty, and Manarino signed up. So I hit with Manarino a couple days ago, and you definitely look back at some of the things that happened in that match. Obviously different being a fast court, but I think that some of the same serving rules apply for me with somebody who's a little bit shorter and left-handed and a lot of skill. I'd say the one thing that's a little different against Gaston is he really spins the forehand, which makes things for me a little bit easier on the forehand side because I like hitting that ball from a little higher contact point. But you're also on clay, so it can be difficult when it gets out of the zone. And with Manarino, you're playing him on a fast hard court, everything's low, it's really tough to get on offense. But here on the clay, that ball's bouncing up a little higher, and it's in a more comfortable position. So there's definitely big similarities, but big differences as well. I think the Manarino match is probably one of the best tennis matches that I've played in terms of just hitting the ball and shot making, and still lost.